Hey, hello, welcome. I'm Stormo, and just loading in Horizon Zero Dawn for what will, I think, very definitely be the last time. I think we're just going to go through to the end of the game tonight, so we'll see how long that takes. We're not very far from it, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with how long this has taken. So, whew, boy, this has been quite a ride, hasn't it? So there's still a couple of things to clean up before we finish. One is all those fire claws we had on the last episode. There's still 4 of them, I think, to kill. And there is that other side quest. I'm going to try and do both kind of simultaneously, so we'll see how we go with that. And then there's just that weapons quest that I'm not going to worry about doing. And then I think there's just the very final quest of the game, which might take a little while, but we'll see how we go. Oh, pardon me. So we'll see how we go with all that shortly. But yeah, this could be, depending on how long it takes, this could be a long or a short stream, so we'll see how that goes. But otherwise, yeah, otherwise everything should be going quite planned. Let me just move my mic around a bit, just sorry about the bumping noise. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so Frontier Justice, go to the clearing. Okay, so that's just around there, yep. So yeah, we stopped while we were doing this quest, because I was going to go to the end of the game in the last stream, and I realised that wasn't going to happen immediately. Just bear with me, I just got a text message from somebody. That wasn't going to happen immediately. So yeah. Let's just head down here, and yeah, get this looked at.
This is it. Snow's been disturbed, and that was used for the killing blow. Blood on the snow.
Examine the bloodstain, and there was a bloody branch over there.
It does seem that only 2 people fought here. Not looking good for Inatet.
Okay, where's the other thing that we were looking for? Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Didn't try to hide the weapon. Question is Inatet the kind of fighter who hits from behind with a tree branch?
Very good question. Right here, I'll just grab... No, I don't need that. Okay, yeah, there's that there.
Here's something.
What was it? There it is.
Lots of leaves and bark scraped off here. When someone pulled out the branch? No. From climbing it. They came through the trees.
Okay. Oh, we can climb the tree. But what we really want to do is highlight that track. So where was that track? Oh, it's through the track. Oh, we have to Assassin's Creed 3 this stuff. Okay, cool. Okay, let's make our way through here then. Hello, please. She has to do that full swing before pulling herself up every time. It's like automatic. It's completely just an automatic animation, that full swing and then pull up that she does there. I'm not sure she does that anywhere else in the game, actually. Pardon me. A bit of a frog in my throat for some reason.
If you were waiting here, you'd have a good view of the Karja camp and the clearing.
Yes, you would. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I just wanted to see what she was talking about. Okay, let's go around through here. Follow these tracks. This quest may not take long at all. Or it may take the longest. Depending how long this quest takes, I may or may not do the fire claws. So we'll see how that goes. Like, this leads through quite a lengthy quest. I don't think it's going to, but if it does, then yeah, we're gonna skip that campfire. Hang on. Where's the campfire? It's back there. Hang on. I'm just gonna head back around here and pick up that campfire. I must have walked past. Where was it? Where's that campfire? Oh, hang on. It's around that way. Okay, well, let's not worry about that for now then. It's going a little bit too far off the beaten path. We'll keep going this way. We'll come back to the campfire once we're done here. Oh, so this is a whole section of this map we didn't ever go
this
to.
is ominous. A dead end? Can't be.
Okay, let's take a look around. That's the track. How big is this area we're supposed to be investigating? Reasonable. Hey, hello.
Someone covered this over.
They
What are
did.
they trying to hide?
Okay, this is getting big.
Carja armor. This looks bad.
This is getting big.
It doesn't matter. The deed is done. Another Karja dead. And a Banuka that's out for it. A life for a Karja life. That's war.
Okay, well, I can hear voices and a cutscene.
Someone's here!
Not Banuk. Then she won't be missed.
I guess we're fighting them.
Get over here! She's coming!
But not before I pick that up. Oh, jeez, these guys are strong.
There you go.
Oh, maybe not that strong. Strong enough to take more than one shot of these. Whoa, okay, that's nice. Oh, wow, okay, that didn't go well at all. We're gonna have to use our arrows on these guys. Get the fire arrows out and have a crack. Cause that was rough. These guys are strong. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, that was a little bit tougher than I anticipated. Let me get fire arrows out for this.
And a Banuka that's out for it.
I'll grab that medicine that's there. Yeah. Try not to, like, invincibility way as ourselves. I'll let the cutscene play out again.
Someone's here!
And, yeah, we'll just
Not Banuk. Then she won't be missed.
have a good crack.
It's me, you chumps!
Okay, so they catch fire pretty easily, but they don't stay on fire very much. They don't really fire at this point. Wow. Does decent damage to them, but boy, do they not stay on fire very long. Wow. Oh, that's that mine. Okay, that one's down. Oh, ow, wow. That was a lot of damage very suddenly. Whoa! That was way more damage than I could have dealt with. Okay, we need to, what do we need to do now? Because that was, these guys are strong. Like, they're just ripping through all my armor.
Another Karja dead. And a Banuka that's out for it.
We need to do more. Oh, jeez, I wonder if these will help. No, I really feel like fire is going to be the thing, but I need to do it from cover. You don't start this fight in stealth, so I need to find good cover. Oh, Okay, let's skip the cutscene.
Spotted trouble. Let's get her.
Okay, this one we can deal with pretty quickly. Oh, jeez. Okay, not if we miss though. Oh, jeez. It just takes all my health away. I think maybe the best trick is to keep moving, but maybe not. She's right behind us at the moment. I haven't done any damage. This isn't gonna go well. Okay, this is way tougher than I expected it to be. And she's on fire, which is fine, but she won't stay burning for very long. And I'm gonna pop damage from that guy up there all the time. He's on fire. So the fire does do decent damage, and it's definitely, I think, the way to go.
Coming for you!
Jeez. I'm gonna be done with medicine before I can really do anything useful here, I think. Like, it's that attack, that arrow there just hits so hard. Okay, he's on fire again. He's almost dead actually. Probably. So he's dealt with. But we've still got
I'll finish you!
that to deal with, because that just takes all my arrows away. Sorry, all my power armor away. Which is not what I want at all. Gonna have to try and get. Okay, she's all the way over there at the moment. Should be protected from him here.
Cut you down proper!
I think I'm protected from him. He's gonna be the hard one to deal with, so we'll try and get rid of her and then we'll take him on. Is that gonna kill? Yeah. Cool.
You're trash now!
Oh, jeez. Ooh, that's rough. Whoa, okay, that's just so much damage so fast. I cannot handle. Oh, I thought I hit him. I did hit him. Keep him between. Keep his huts between us and him if we can. He's gonna come in there.
This is gonna look real good!
That might have been a mistake. No. Oh. Oh. That was rough.
You've been killing Karja. And for what? Revenge for the war?
Who gets to declare that one tribe no longer hates another? I'll tell you, not the ones who fought, not the ones whose songs are silenced, like my kin.
For what you did, another Banuk has been sentenced to certain death. What about his song?
That's why you followed us. For that punch-drunk idiot Inatut. Fate is sharp today. They've already let him out to face his exile. Let's see who the cold claims first.
Well, it's
I need to go after Inatut. But I should find some more evidence first.
okay, so we're not done yet. Highlight track, hang on. Let me grab this medicine because I need it. Oh boy. They hit like trucks, those guys. Never encountered anything quite as strong as that. Okay, where's this track leading up here?
No space. Trophies.
Investigate trophies. Oh, right, okay.
Newer than the rest. Must have belonged to Ruas, so it was a Karja soldiers. Not that it's any excuse.
Okay.
Did they keep any clothes from their victims?
Find gear for Inatuts. Maybe? Yeah, where would I find that? It's in this area. Oh, is that it there?
My focus could find something I've missed.
Oh, hang on, no. Must be up here. Oh, right there. I missed that completely.
This Carjagir's not warm, but if Inatut's naked on a snowfield, he'll take what he gets. Okay, time to get moving.
Yep. Oh, hey, how convenient. There's this thing here. Go to the cloud shear. Okay, where are we heading now, then? Oh, all the way over there. Okay. Yep, that sounds like fun. Maybe we won't do the fire claws tonight. I will think about it. See how much more this quest has to do. I'm not going to be too cut up if I don't get the fire claws quest. So, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Nope. And that's the bonfire that I saw before that I didn't get. Nice. So that worked out in the end. This is obviously an abandoned hut. Is there anything interesting in here? Oh, hello. Park status. Data corruption. Huh. Huh. Well, looks like Smokey didn't work out. Cool. Let's get some medicine, because I need a lot. So I'll try and grab as much medicine as we can on the way there. See how we go. This is an area I don't think we go to outside of this too, isn't it? Freeze right, that's not medicine. You're medicine shaped though. Oops,
Handy.
hello. Didn't notice those guys there. I could kill you in one melee swing, mate. That's so... well, okay, 3 melee swings, but you get the idea.
Looking good.
Wow, level 50. Oh, gosh, these guys are having a laugh. Okay. Oops. These guys are really having a laugh. There we go. They're all dealt with. I've got blaze on too, so that's good. Need that blaze. Need that heal too. The shards. Need medicine. Need to really stack up our medicine.
Fireclaw.
Oh boy. What are we gonna do? Well, if we're gonna do the Fireclaw quest, now's a good opportunity to take this one down. So let's do it. I want to get in that stealth grass if I can. Are there 2 of them? No. No, there's... oh jeez. I bet this thing cannot see through stealth. I have plans that involve me doing as little actual fighting of this Fireclaw as possible. Also involve me getting dangerously close to these other creatures. If I can. Because I want to start something. They're having a bit of a time, those guys, aren't they? Is that Fireclaw trying to go there? He's way too close. But if I want to do what I want to do here, I really can't let him see me. can override it. Are you serious? That certainly wasn't in my plan, but hey, sure. Well, let's see how well these guys do against my overridden fire. They don't do well. Yes, they don't. So my actual plan was to override everything else.
Machine saw me.
I didn't actually realise that I could actually override the fire. Well, let's see how this goes. Oh. Go back this way. No, come over here. Come here and meet my friend. I want you to talk to my friend over here. Come over here. There we go. Have a go at that guy. That's awesome.
Get it while I can.
Okay, well, let's see how much damage we can get this fire. How much damage to fire force? All fire force is broken than everyone else. Anything's been damaged. It killed them all. And it took basically no damage. Wow. These things are strong. Like, these were scorches. These things are tough. This thing's just taken out like, what, 3 of them? And that's how much damage it took. Oh. That's how much damage it took. So, what's my plan now that my initial plan of having those scorches actually try and attack this thing failed? My plan is to come back later. Yes, that's a good plan. That's a sound plan.
This'll help.
And then we're just going to keep rolling up the road here. Grab this campfire. And we're going to do this other quest. We'll come back for the fire. I think that was strong though. But yeah, the fact that those 3 scorches did that little damage to it. I honestly expected a little bit more of them. And I mean, my initial plan was to override the scorches and have them attack it, but yeah, I didn't realize I could override fire claws. It's a shame they don't permanently override, although I don't have the talent that gives me permanent. Oh, why? Okay, let's deal with that threat immediately. Are you going to die, or are you going to stay all the way up there? I can't get you. No, I think I'll get this shot off. Yep, you're done. Okay. Let's proceed.
Kind of place you'd take someone if you wanted to lose them forever. I'm not getting up that frozen waterfall. Maybe along the sides?
Yeah, the sides seem like a good plan, Aloy. Where am I jumping to here? Oh, hang on, I think I need to drop down. Ah, okay, yep. Oh no! Whoops. Let's try that again. That gives me a slightly better angle as well. Up there? Yeah, cool. Nice. Keep going. Oh, freaking Glenhawks. Uh-oh. This could be a problem. There's two of them here. And I can't hit either of them from there. Where are they? You're on fire. You're not. You're about to be. But there's no other enemies around. No, we've got a good area with which to... Oh, jeez. Staying directly above me, which is about the hardest place for me to actually hit. Oh! Hey! Not while I'm trying to zoom in on the other guy, please. Oh, jeez. Seriously? Come on. Right. Supply crate. Nice. Nice. Good work.
Halfway there.
Well, I'm glad one of us knows how far it is. Do I go up here? Yep. Nice. Good work. Grab that. Hopefully he's not being threatened by a fire claw or something like that. That would be annoying, especially because it means that dealing
Sounds
with a
solid.
sixth fire claw.
Mixed feelings about that.
Okay, we are going upwards. This is... Where are we on the map here? Oh, we're quite... Okay, yep, sure. Nice. Hey, how many... I've got a bunch of skill points, which means I could get... I could get that, actually. Don't really want that. Don't want those, don't want that. Oh, I don't know. I'll grab that. I think we'll get these for the moment. Just, I've got all the skills I want. This is what I was saying, like, in the early things where, you can end up basically just leveling up enough to get basically almost every skill.
In it! Maybe he found shelter? I hope he found shelter. Behind the rock.
Oh, there he is.
The Nora girl? Is it really you, or has the bone chill got through my skull?
I found the real killers. No one else has to die because of this. Take these.
A dead Karsh's clothes. Haven't I been beaten down enough? But I won't argue.
I'll just look over here while you get dressed, okay?
I swear, thought I saw my ancestors. They said, we're surprised you ended up here.
You better hurry. Machines.
Jeez, really? Oh, of all the things we have to do. What are we doing? Yeah, hang on. Scrappers. Oh, these are Hey, seriously. Give me a challenge. There's the last one. Yep, they're all gone. Okay. I asked for a challenge. I guess I'm getting what I wanted. These things. Cross claws, that's right. They're the... Okay, right. Fortunately for me, cross claws are not great. Very fire... Not very fire resistant, is what I was going to say there. So you can set one fire fairly effectively. I just got to be careful. So, I should be able to release one on fire. Whoa. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of fire as we have to deal with too. So this will happen. Whoa, what are we doing? Okay, that's new. That's gonna cost me some power. Get away. Let me hit you. sure that's going to kill me. Or maybe I'm just going with fear. Nice, good work. Whew, that was an effort. Let's just loot these guys and we'll talk to the antidotes. Okay. You have a lot of medicine before we go for the final quest too.
Now that was a fight.
Your trial's over. It was other Banuk who killed that man. Killed him because he was Karja.
You know why I took the first swing at him? He challenged the honor of the Banuk. The honor. That's what I thought.
Come on. Let's get you back.
Once I'm off the mountain, I'll find my own way. I need to think. It's not something I'm used to. Who knows what could happen?
I'll see you at town then. You'd better make it. All right?
I give my pledge.
Yeah, seriously, I just killed true frost cores for you, okay? Right, well, let's
So by
talk to
Banuk law,
Kabalai.
if Initut survives, he's forgiven. But I want to prove to his chieftain that he wasn't guilty in the first place.
Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. What I was thinking about. I was going to trap some potions, health potions. Yeah, I was going to make. Actually, I'll make a bunch of full healths because we are going to need those. That's as many as I can have, so that's fine. But yeah, we probably will need those. After this is going to be the end of the game. So I've made the call. Oh well, I really, part of me really wants to do the Fireclaw quest, but part of me also knows just what a pain in the bum that's going to be. And it's like, I don't want to. So, this is going to take a while, and then there's going to be a long journey home too. So, how do I expect to get down here? Just going that way? That's fine. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I think we are going to just go on to the end of the game after we do this. So I'm going to forget that Fireclaw quest because just dealing with those things is not
coming at once.
Not my idea of fun. It's weird that the game seems really proud of having them in it too. Also, I've kind of had my fill of all this snowy, cold area. I want to get back to Meridian. So, no, the Frozen Wilds has been alright. I think I talked about it the other night. I said that I don't think it's been as good as it could have been. I think that the Banuk were perhaps not the most interesting subject matter for this, and they could have done a lot more with maybe one of the other tribes, like the Osram or something like that. But in terms of the overall quest and some of the stuff that happens here, it's been pretty cool. I don't do that. Aloy, please. There we go. But I think there were also seconds. I think that last part through Thunder's Drum was not great, and kind of killed the whole experience of this place for me. Right.
This'll last.
Yeah, kind of killed the whole experience for me, unfortunately. I think a little bit that last dungeon. But, you know, we're going to finish off the game now. So there's a fair bit. There's basically one final story quest to do. But it's reasonably involved. There's a little bit to do with it. And that's what we're going to do once we get down back to the town. Am I going to go back past that Fireclaw? Where am I heading here? No, I'm not. I'm actually going to come back a completely different way. Cool. And yeah, that is one of the Out of the Forge locations too. Fair enough. So, yeah, if we had taken that guy down, it would have counted towards that quest. What is that? That's right there. Pigment Dark Oxide. Oh, right. Hang on. These are the, yeah, these are the... Oh, we missed a lot of those tradable sets, actually. I missed most of them in the main game too, because they're just... oh boy. They're optional and they don't really add a lot of value to the game. I mean, there's reasons you collect them, but that's kind of post-game stuff, I think, really. Medicine, there is medicine all over the place here. Into golds, freeze rhyme roots. No, not medicine. Okay, there was slightly less medicine all over the place than I thought, but still, good medicines. And an unlit campfire here, I think. Yeah, this is another campfire we haven't been to. So that's neat. That's super cool. These long runs though, I'm gonna miss these. Why did we get our arrow out? What's coming at us? Oh, it's just that over there. Well, whatever. Is it medicine? Yeah, nice. And that is true. Whew. I really am gonna kind of be glad to be done with this game. In some ways, I've enjoyed this game a lot. I think it's a very good game. I'll probably talk more once we've got the credits rolling. I'll talk a little bit more about how I feel about it overall. But yeah, I think this is a really good game. It just had the misfortune of coming out the same week as Breath of the Wild. Which in a lot of ways is a vastly better game than this. And that's not to sort of downplay how good this game is. It's sort of to really, really bring home just what an amazing game Breath of the Wild is. Like, easily one of the top 5, maybe top 10 best video games I've ever played. And this game has so much going for it. Like, visually, this game just has everything looks great. I remember seeing comparisons between the model for Aloy in this game and the model that they used for Dr. Aki Ross in Final Fantasy The Spirits Within, which is a movie that came out in the early 2000s. It's all 3D CGI movie. And that was all pre-rendered.
Not natural.
And Aloy's model in this game has more polygons than her model in that movie. And actually more detail in a real-time game. Let's talk to Coppola.
Initut told you the truth. This is the headdress stolen from the murdered man. You'll find more in a ravine north and west of here, along with the bodies of the killers.
The exile still served its purpose. He was guilty of our suspicion. Fate has fallen like snow, and should Initut return, he will be absolved.
You can't be serious.
He speaks for the Warwick, my Nora friend.
You look ridiculous. If you would return to my Wirrak, you will behave as a Banuk does.
How does a Banuk behave, my chieftain? Like I did? Accepting a sentence for a crime he did not commit. Or those others who killed in cold blood for crimes that their charge of victims did not. I think what I wear will not make me more or less of a Banuk.
For his own sake, it would be wise for him to think less. Nora, friend.
I'll talk to him. But not for you.
Yeah, Jennifer Hale, not for you. It's so weird hearing Jennifer Hale in this game. We had Liam O'Brien and Jennifer Hale in the same expansion pack. How good's that? Okay.
I defied my chieftain's will, spurned my Warwick,
How are you feeling?
as if I've been pounded in the guts. I could just keep walking, but when my anger has thawed, it will leave me with nothing. Where else would I go?
You can decide for yourself what it means to be a Banuk. It might not be what the chieftain and the shaman tell you. Whether you stay with this Werak or find another...
I'm better with decisions like, do I start with the left or the right?
There's more to you than your fists, Inatet. That's why I believed you.
It was my chieftain who taught me honesty. Said, a Banuk should not be treacherous when the ice is treacherous enough. I'll sit with my bruises for a time, then talk with her again. As for you, Nora girl, will you accept this gift? A little scrawny weighed against the great boon you gave me, but...
I'm honored. Thank you, Inatet.
Okay. Oh, blue gleam. Oh! That might be enough. That might be enough. Give me a moment here. We might be able to go into the final part of the game with some sweet, sweet blue gleam. Where was the blue gleam vendor? Up there. Okay, and that's actually put me on the quest I want to be on, which is the last quest, the Looming Shadow. So we're going to do that. It's going to take us a little while. Let's talk to this guy, and I now have the money to buy the Banuk Champion Bow, which is the last thing I needed. So we got that, and that can go there. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's get that upgraded. There it is. Nice. So we got all 3 bows in the end. Yeah, I had freeze coils on the other ones. Actually, yeah. Where's the other bow? The bow that I did have there. Was it the? Oh, I've still got. Oh man, I never took these out of these, did I? Yeah, I never cleared those out, which I really should have done. I don't have room to get rid of that one. Okay, fair enough. That should be fine though. So what can we add? We can add drummer's weapon coil. Then I can add... I'm just trying to think what would be best for where we're going. Honestly, freeze coil is probably fine. Okay, so I've got I ended up getting all 3 bows, which I'm really pleased about, actually. That makes me feel really good. Yes, I do. I have all the bows. And I have a fairly lengthy run to the end of the game, so that's what we're going to start on right now. Yeah, I'm not going to do the bear claws. Although I do wonder if doing them does lead me to getting like an ending credit sequence for Frozen Wilds or something like that. But just they're not worth the time to deal with them. That would be the rest of tonight if I decided to go with those guys, because they're just that annoying to deal with. So let's head on foot all the way back to Meridian, which is a place we haven't been for quite some time. It's a nice bit of change of scenery. It'd be great too, wouldn't it? So yeah, overall, I think the Frozen Wilds was good. I think it was maybe unnecessary. I think maybe the Bannock weren't the most interesting thing they could have built. I would have loved to have seen something around the Ossurum instead. And it's a bit of a shame there was never a second DLC for this game, actually, that involved the Ossurum. Like, I wonder if that was ever in the plan. Like, after they did Frozen Wilds, there was going to be, like, some Ossurum themed one, but, well, never happened.
Got one.
Anyway, the other thing we're going to do on our lengthy journey back, is this a different route back? No, it's the same. Okay. That's certainly a noise. Wonder what that's indicating. That I'm leaving Bannock country, or that there's actually a huge scary monster around here?
Everything's freezing. The ground, the air, me.
Yeah, I could fast travel, but I'm not going to fast travel because I want to pick up a bunch of medicine on the way back, and also I want to sort of make this last journey last a little while. So that's why we're going to do it this way. So head around here. Hey, remember when we came in here, we had to fight that really annoying enemy that was here? Yeah. Should have been a warning. That effect will never get old, though. I'm gonna miss these really awesome snow effects, actually. Down, 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 down. Get that salve brush, drop down. There we go.
Can't be too prepared.
And we're back in the boring old game world. With all the boring old snow. Hang on, can't I just go this way? Maybe not. Okay, I might have to go that way. Ellie? What? No? Hang on. No, I have to go that way. Hang on. It has to be this way. This doesn't feel safe at all. Oh, hang on. No, I can drop there. Or not. Or I can just do that. That works. That works. Oh, a health potion. Nice. It's probably one of the ones I couldn't pick up before. Okay. No, we don't need to be stealthy, I hope. Not for a little while, at least. Down. And here we go. And we're officially out of the Frozen Wilds. So, on to the end of the game. Also on to apparently a sudden change in the lighting. It wasn't obvious because I covered it by going in that smoke, in the fire then, but the moment we came out of the fire it was starting to get daylight. Remind me how I'm supposed to get down here. Oh, that's right, go that way. There we go. There we go. Let's take one last great look at this magnificent region. Before we do our final quest. We're doing it just as the sun comes up too, it's really nice. Look at this. This is the best it's ever been graphically. I would say that actually. I think this visually is the best looking video game I've ever played at this point. I know there are probably better looking games on the horizon, because there always are. But if I had to say, it would be probably a battle between this and The Witcher 3. I think this kind of has that game beat, just for being a little bit more visually consistent than The Witcher 3 was. Still. Both games are magnificent though, so definitely recommend playing both. One day I might get around to actually doing a full LP of The Witcher 3 on stream. One day. I did attempt one on my YouTube channel, but I gave up because that game is just too big to LP like that. Let me pick up medicine, damn it. That game's just too big to LP, really. It's got the same problem this game has, where you're doing a lot of travelling around and stuff like that, although fortunately in that game fast travelling isn't a limited resource like it is in this game, but we'll see. I definitely don't like fast travelling in big open world games though, because to me it breaks up a lot of the continuity of the open world. And you miss the journey between places that I think is really an important part of what these kind of games try to create, regardless of whether it's a game like this or even a game like Grand Theft Auto or something like that. It's part of the design of an open world game for me is that you have this journey, this long ongoing journey through the game world, and I think that's really important to have with something like this. Get the stealth grass here. Yeah, and I think that's, you know, a really important aspect of these games. So that's why I tend to avoid using fast travel. I never used fast travel once playing Skyrim, for example, because it was always about going from place to place, that long journey. And even though that kind of kills some of the pacing of the game in terms of its story, where you end up in situations where you have these long periods where you're just going from one place to the next, and if it's particularly like a story type thing where you've got like a mission that's got some kind of urgent thing going on or something like that, it can feel a little bit like you're ruining that pace. But if you had to do that in real life, in that scenario, you know, you'd have to do it that way. Like, there's no fast traveling in real life. I am way off the path here. I'm just going to come down here and get back on it. Not entirely sure what happened there, but I ended up further off the path than I anticipated. There's the path there. Yeah. I'm mostly fine. And one nice thing about playing this game in 1080p on a PS4 Pro, of course, I get the glorious super sampling mode, which means that the game just looks so crisp.
Okay, no more sneaking.
Whatever. I'm level 50, you guys ain't got me. That's medicine though. Jeez. Really? Okay, no, seriously, bugger off now. Right, seriously, we're done? We're done. Oh jeez, that watch was still behind us. Oh, I'm just gonna keep going.
I found this.
Okay. Yes, that's how things are. I filled up my medicine pouch. Nice.
Here they come.
No, they don't. At least they better not. Alright, we're going past that area. Yep. Never did do the corrupted zones, did we? Yeah, that's fine. They're not that exciting. This gorgeous blue day. And now we're mostly out of the snowy area. It's going to look even nicer as we go around here. The only thing I can't really communicate to you guys playing this on stream, of course, is the gorgeous HDR visuals this game has if you play it in HDR. Like, looking up there, that sun, you lose a lot of the detail that you would have with HDR if you were playing this game in HDR colour. It's a bit of a shame. I should distinguish between HDR lighting and HDR colour. HDR colour is a specific technology that a lot of televisions have, a lot of newer televisions, like my 4K TV has it. Whereas HDR lighting is that effect that you possibly just saw then, actually. It makes going from like a shadowy area like this to a light area a lot more noticeable than it otherwise would be by essentially blowing out the light and the shadow. Geez, everything wants us today. This is really strange. Nope. I'm going the right way. Yeah, we're going the right way. Cool. Oh, no way! Right, okay. That was foolish. Oh, will you go away? Thank you. Oh. Besides, if I use fast travel, you'd miss all this. Surely. You'd miss all this action. I'm gonna kill you. And both of you. Good work. And I guess now I have to kill you. Oh well. Such pity. I'm so sorry. I am so very sorry. I'm not sorry. I am very not sorry. Watches are okay. Once you get to the point where you can just kill them in a single melee swing, they're basically nothing.
Pressure's lifting. Rain's here.
Really? Really, Aloy? Is that your assessment of the weather right now? Because it's oh, hello. I could, if I wanted to, try and sneak up and override this guy. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted to override, but sure. Sure. It'll do. Is that the shell wolf? I'm supposed to be fighting the other guy. Let's go away. Let's just keep going this way. That sounds like a good plan. Yep.
They're scanning for me.
Yep, they're not gonna find me. It's all good. Oh, I took some damage then too, that's annoying. Didn't want to take damage, damn it. Really didn't feel like taking damage then. Oh well. Oh, one last run through these creepy, broken wind towers. You come through here at night and they look way creepy. I don't think I've actually run through this area at night, or in like heavy, you can actually get like a heavy fog weather effect here. But I don't think I've run through that. You know what this game really could benefit from? Having an auto run button. Still. We are deep on our way down. Coming out of the sort of mountainous area and into the main open desert area. That should be some medicine. Yep. Fully refilled. You can see just how nice the super sampling is when you look at like the leaves of these trees and stuff. It's probably a bit harder to see it on stream. Yeah. Just sort of maybe sort of. There we go.
They know where I am.
I've got a little bit of chaos there. Let's try and solve these problems. That monster is coming for us though. It knows. So many creatures that probably know. Actually branching off here. Going this way. Is it coming? No? No, good. Starting to think maybe that guy was going to come after us, but nope. We're safe. Yeah, you can see those wind farms there. Wind towers, windmills, wind generators. You can see them there. Yeah. Neat. And here we are, back in Karja territory. It didn't really take all that long. Probably does mean we're going to end up doing the quest at night though. Well, actually I think it does force daytime in this quest though. I think. Don't 100% remember. Oh, we'll see soon enough anyway. That Stormbird can go away, honestly. I will try and grab this fire though. Yeah, that was gonna happen. Keep running. It's funny actually, because I probably do have the power to take down a Stormbird. I don't think I've killed a single one through this entire playthrough. Yep, there we go again. Just gotta keep going. Oh. Okay, now it's getting annoying. There's still another one to deal with. Jeez, they stay on you for a while, these things too, don't they? I'll just keep running through here because I really don't want to deal with that storm bird either. Yep, here we go. What's gonna happen?
So they woke up.
Oh, everything's up first now. Fantastic. Fantastic. I rolled in. I hit the roll button right before I got hit. Wow, that was close. That was close. I nearly threw it. Oh boy. Yes. Ow. Let's try and get up to this settlement because we know I know these things aren't going to bother us once we get there. Oh man. There we go. And there's another campfire there, so that's probably a good place to rest up.
Okay, they're heading
Nice. Nice. Good work, good work. Let's put our bows and everything away. Yeah, we should be able to foul heal up too. And lets me pick up some more medicine on the way. So we go through another Cadre outpost. So one thing that I don't think gets fully explained as you go through all the Zero Dawn story and everything like that is just how long it's been since humans resurfaced from the underground, from those places below the ground that they were being kept in, or they were being developed in, into the world. I don't think we actually know like how many generations it's been, and it has clearly been a while, like a couple of 100 years, I would reckon, since humans started roaming the Earth again. Because it's been long enough for tradition, for things like this to be built. So there's got to be a certain period of time. And these aren't relics left over from the old world. This is clearly not like a modern day bridge. This has been made since humans re-emerged. And I don't think the game ever actually does say how long that actually is. Did I ever go to Lone Light? I must have done, right? Yeah, I did, because I've got the campfire for it. Nearly at Meridian. Would like to find a little bit of medicine on the way. Oh, there might be some there, let's see. Nope. But I'll pick it up
And
anyway.
one of these.
I'll pick it up anyway. Oh, that sun. Oh, looking in that sun. Oh, that lens flare. Some good lens flare. Yeah, it's gonna be nighttime when we get to Meridian. That's fine. Get to look across this part of the land while the sun's setting, so that's neat in its own right. Oh, more lens flare. Ah. On a HDR TV, this looks so much nicer. You don't get all that blown out wide area, and the lens flare looks a little bit nicer. You just get much deeper colours. Like Aloy's hair looks a lot redder. Actually, everything looks a lot redder in HDR. Hey, remember all that time ago when we cleared that bandit camp? That was a lot of streams ago. Don't have medicine. Hey, look over there where the end of the game is. We'll be going there shortly. That's not a spoiler, I don't think, at this point. I think if you've made the journey with me all the way to this point, you're pretty much done for spoilers, so you know everything there is to know except for probably what the last boss looks like. And boy does the last boss look like a thing. Nearly there. I don't think there's any more quests, side quests or anything to do, and if there are, we're not going to do them. I promise the end of the game, I'm delivering the end of the game. That's what we're doing right now. What's that? Oh. Oh, I think they're making a noise over here. Under attack from...
Form up and fight back!
There, I solved their problem for them. You happy now, guys?
Ah.
Blaze, yay! Might need some. Here we are. Last bridge.
Got a broadhead here!
Actually, I don't think it is the last bridge. I think there's a little bit more. But we're on the final stretch before we start the final quest. It's been a long, long journey. I think what we do find out actually is we do find out what the hell that shard actually is meant to be now. I mean, actually no, we already did, didn't we? Because it's it was meant to be a communications tower. Because the whole point of this is that we're shutting it down. So, oh, that was a lot of holding forward on the analog stick. Oh boy.
Spies saved
Boy,
Prince
boy.
Enderman from the Shadow Karja. Now they have no claim.
Yeah, the prince is back with us. That was a side quest, just by the way.
Move along. You have no need to
Like, you
loiter
don't even
around
need
here.
to do that whole rescue the prince quest. It's not part of the main story. The main story 100% just concerns going through the going through all those old world ruins and talking to Silence. That's 100% the main quest. And so rescuing the prince and all that stuff, that's all side quest. What's his face's story that we did earlier on? I've momentarily forgotten his name. That was all side quest. Oh, here we are. I'll get this campfire. I think we can still get the one inside Meridian.
I
don't
love
think
this
the
bit.
cutscene. I don't think there's a cutscene that starts until we actually have to go to the palace. So
We're
we
letting
should
the
be fine.
Ostrom take Derval.
Because now we're in
Give him a
Meridian,
rap
we
on
get
the knuckles and
the
let her
close
go.
behind camera.
Machines or bandits try to get past me. They'll
Still.
have a fight. Mark
Here we are. The end of the game. Well, the end of the game's actually over to our left there a bit, but you know what I mean.
Stop Derval without breaking a sweat. I had no idea the Nora were so fierce. That crazy Ostrom tried to kill our Sun King till the machine rider stopped him cold.
I love how all the citizens are like recounting the events that we've had during the game here. That's cool.
Had to take over my brothers. There's the sun's rising and he's off courting that noble girl.
Don't forget.
Always the one.
Oh, pardon me. Yep, we are honored Nora. We're the cool people. Get to hang out at the palace. Get to initiate the end game. Which is 100% what we're about to do, actually. So, yeah, here we go. Let's talk to Avad.
Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. The Eclipse will attack soon, from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them. God, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Eren knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
Yeah, now we have to explain this more. That's right. I don't think there's anything else we can do.
Have you spoken to Blaine?
Not yet.
He wishes to speak to you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was just seeing if there was additional dialogue options there, but there's not. Yeah, I like that moment where he talks about, yeah, not mistaking, where he apologizes for when he, you know, basically made a pass at Aloy before. He's like, yeah, no, that was a shitty thing of me to do, I'm sorry. So I think that's really cool that he does that. Oh, it's not
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival.
We owe you for defense.
Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will.
Oh boy, will I.
I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
So basically,
Ammunition and
this
bandages, whatever you can
now
find. Get them to the gates.
is the last moment before we, this now is the last moment in the game before we can start the end. So we could have gotten up to that moment and then gone and done the Frozen Wilds. We could have done everything else, but now we're in the proper, this is it, this is all happening.
Another attack
do
on
I
the
want to do
city?
the touring the
What did we do to
defenses
deserve
stuff? It's a fair bit of walking around for not a lot of, I suppose it's part of the quest though, so we might do that. It's entirely optional though.
Let's have a chat.
Hey, one of my damaged Sobek files got repaired. Last time I visited Prime was November last year. Months since have been a blur. Flew out last night. Master override. You're welcome, Ted. Yeah, that was a mistake. Call Guy before I bedded down. Ostensibly to update on the side plan, but the truth is I missed her. Wrote to a message from Oswald. The Odyssey launched yesterday, so terrestrial life's chance of survival has doubled. Why then do I feel so uneasy? I just keep wondering far Zenith will create if the ship reaches its destination so many decades from now. Don't worry about the alpha build of Apollo. So much knowledge. Forwarded the Odyssey message to the alphas. No terror light. Replied in less than a minute with a poem, of course, the building of the ship by Longflower. Till next time. Yeah. So Odyssey was the project to create a ship to get humans the hell off this planet.
Discussion.
And it went about as well as you planned. So, yeah, that's where we could go there. But we've also got the optional side of things where we could go down and review the defenses.
Whatever you can find.
So we might do that first. And then obviously we have to go and rest. So we'll do this side of things first, and then we'll go and rest.
My son, the enemy is coming, and soon.
So it's a little bit back and forth here, I guess. Whoops. I could have just walked out and down that elevator. That would have been bad. That would have been very bad. We're almost level 51. We're going to be level 51 when we beat the game. I think when I did this originally, I was about level 40 something. So because I did this before the Frozen Wilds was in the game, obviously. So I was about level 40 when I got to that part of the game. Here's the elevator. It's not a short elevator. Imagine how much of this could have been avoided if she hadn't made that master override for Pharaoh. Like, Pharaoh is absolutely an utter, unrelenting idiot whose bad decision making is what basically got the world into this situation to begin with. Okay, so which one's closer? Okay, 2 is closer. It's just up there. Yeah. So I'll go up here and then we'll go to 3. But like, yeah, Pharaoh just ruined everything for everyone, basically.
Have you just polished that armor, Who's it?
Of course.
Isn't that
Aloy. I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry. I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy? when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
It was Derval.
Oh boy, can we.
Tried to kill the Sun King.
I love that Teb's here, because remember, Aloy did say for the Nora, hey, if you want to do something useful, go here, now. Oh hey, look who it is.
Petra!
Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Osram, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then. The target should put up a little less of a fight than those bandit raiders did.
This is actually really neat because you can test these out, and the reason you might want to do that is because you will actually be using this gun during the fight, or it's an option. I do wonder actually, let's pick it up, have a crack.
This'll do.
I do wonder actually, yeah, what happened?
It hits nice and wide. No need to aim it like a bow.
Oh, well, there we go. Anyway, let's get all those things off. So I do wonder, with regards to doing that,
How many men do you think you'll kill in the battle?
if you haven't done all those side quests, if we never went to
I love it when you
free
say
heat,
things like that. It's so...
Really couldn't
what? If we've never, done a lot of these side quests, and you kind of have to do them just to level up enough through the game. But if you go through the game and you don't do a lot of them, I do wonder how many of these people actually show up here. Like the Nora, I imagine show up, but maybe Teb doesn't if you don't do some of the early quests with the Nora. Petra maybe doesn't show up if you don't go to free heap. Things like that. So I do wonder. Oh, another one of these is finished up. Travis dressed like her. Man, Travis is a right tool. Italian horror extravaganza. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Ted Faro being, oh boy, and flew back to Thebes, gag. If he wanted to build himself a deluxe shelter to ride out the apocalypse, let him. I wonder where that is. I wonder if that'll show up in like a future game. Hero stuck around long enough to give me a detailed briefing on the strategic situation, but yeah, we're in the terminal phase. Yeah, wow. Wow, yeah. That's really tragic. Yeah, the last vestiges of European and West African civilian brigades are trapped with their backs against the Atlantic. The swarm that scuttled across Antarctica is crossing the Straits of Magellan, about to start its death crawl up South America towards the Amazon. All the work we did to reconstitute the rainforest when it comes to this. Yeah. Skirmishing with units on the Kalmar Sea War. Yeah. Plus or minus 10 days, wow. Need to get back to it, wow. Pressure's on. Okay, where were we? Where was I going for that? I have to go this way. No, hang on. I have to go this way. Yeah, because one is back there, so we're going to go around here. So this is basically a pathway we've never taken before. And you can totally just go here. The game just never leads you here if you're following quest pathing. So this is the pathway the game hasn't, that we've never been along, even though it's right next to Meridian. And I kind of like that it is just here. You can, I think there's a point after which you can't get up, like there is like a gate or something that does open up before you get here. But in general, yeah, you can just go here before the end of the game. But of course we haven't done that yet, so... Then we go around here, and up here. We'll be coming back here once we've slept and actually initiated the final quest. Hey, look at all these. Look at this.
You're the hunter from the Banuk Grove.
Yep.
I remember you also, Nora. The machines shook free of their slumber after you arrived. Raged and fought.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
No, I'm thanking you. That night, I decided I would not go back to Banur. I would take my hunt into these lands. So many machines, even demons. Spidery, skittering, without the blue light in them. Dead things that must be killed again.
Our enemies dug up an army of them.
An army? Yes, that's why I came. Good. I'll wait.
So, these are the Banuk. Yeah, Aratak. Oh, hey, Aratak's here.
Aratak? I didn't expect you to come all this way.
It's true, I am a stranger in this green and snowless land. Aurea forgave the Karja, but I never did. Still, I was compelled to come for my once chieftain. It's good to see you leading again. This young ice hunter seeks to prove herself also. Her spark reminds me of Aurea's in our youth. And I'm proud to take my place behind you on this hunt. A great challenge.
Survive and prevail, right?
There is no other way.
So Aratak is not here if you don't have the Frozen Wilds. And I know that because I remember seeing her, but I don't remember seeing him. So that's neat. And again, she's from that place where there were just like the friendly creatures wandering around. So that's cool. But that's neat that they added Aratak into this scene so that it sort of ties the Frozen Wilds into the main game a bit more. I think that's really cool. Okay, up around here. It's quite the climb. And we've still got to go back into Meridian before we start the final quest too. Before we open up the final quest. And then we've got to come back here and all. But the next time we come here, it won't be peaceful. It will not be peaceful. Right, let's go up here. So, I'm just going to give this away now, because it's pretty obvious what this is. This is the final boss arena of the game. So that's cool. This is where we will eventually come to beat the game.
Greetings, Aloy.
Hey!
Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called Anointed, either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land. A tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
That's a good scene. I really like these last little scenes you get. I always love it when a game does this, actually. Oh, there was another... Wait, what was over there that I missed? Oh, right, okay, there's a group over here. Cool.
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These Karja in their frilled armor look like turkeys.
But there are so many. And now we are so few.
They are not our foe.
Nice.
Not this time.
Quiet now.
Oh, Sona.
She comes.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Yeah, as I was just saying, like, I really like it when a game does this, where you have this moment at the very end of the game. Something you get in Mass Effect 3 during the London mission at the end of Mass Effect 3, where you get this quiet moment to just talk to everybody that you've met through the game and get their final thoughts and all that kind of stuff. All the characters from the Normandy and even a few others that weren't on the Normandy.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Eclipse.
What does that even mean?
It's when the moon gets in front of the sun, idiot.
Is that supposed to sound scary or something?
I don't know. They used to be Karja. Karja are always yammering about sun and shade.
Well, if they used to be Karja, how tough can they be?
Yeah, they're best guys dressed like birds. We'll rip their little feathers off.
And let's not get cocky, boys. Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
Well, that's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Erend. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
Oh, Erend, why aren't you in this game more? I seriously, why is Erend not in this game more? Okay, let's go rest. Just, he's such a great character, and like, yeah, you get a fantastic... In fact, I said before that it was a side quest. That's actually wrong, isn't it? Because of course Erend's quest is not a side quest. It's the only other quest in the game that's a main story quest. His whole side quest, because it ties in with Olin, is a main story quest. But oh man, why isn't he in the game more, you know? Like, Erend should be like the only guy you deal with in Meridian. I don't know. He's just cool. Anyway, we're gonna head back to Meridian now. Now that we've reviewed all our defenses, we can head back, have our rest, and we'll be back here once we've done that, which will be shortly. Bit of a calm before the storm moment here, I think. Got the best bows, I've got the best armor. I'm pretty full. I think I'm full on medicine. Yeah, we're full on medicine. We're level 50, which is about as many levels as you can expect to get in the game unless you go really out of your way. So we're pretty tight. We're pretty much there to go. So let's get around. It's probably going to be another half hour or so. Maybe less. Depends how quickly we do this. How many times I die. How many times I stop to gather fire killing root that I don't actually need. But we're just about done. So I love that these are all just coming. These are all getting done now. These Sobek journals. Collapse of the Eastline is imminent. The Swarm's launching some kind of pincer maneuver versus the Wichita salient. For over 6 days more, and I think Gaia could have launched without our help. We had to scramble. Zero Dawn became a madhouse, absolute bedlam. Once Gaia was on her way, I gathered the Alphas together to give them the bad news. Felt like I was going to throw up, but they already knew, of course. They knew the work wasn't really finished. Close, but not quite there. Still test run, kinks to smooth work to do, so they accepted it. No Elysium for us. Ah, right, yeah, because of course they they couldn't leave where they were building, and we already knew that. But this is Elizabeth's own feelings on it. Setting up Gaia Prime, such a close thing. Yeah. 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 One generation only, yeah. Wow, yeah. And there was another one, is this one? Oh no, it was Derbil's journal that I never actually looked at. That's fine. Okay, cool. I think those are all the Sobek journals. It's quite the, quite sad. I always find reading those kind of apocalyptic log type things really... I can find them, personally, to read really sort of intense to read, because the idea of like a life-ending apocalypse actually scares the shit out of me. So I always find when I read something like that it does kind of hit me pretty hard.
Don't give him a rap on the knuckles and let him go.
And yeah, that one's a particularly nice one. This game presents such an event in a really clever, really cool way, but also a way that can actually really tug at your heartstrings. So.
It's always the ones you least expect that cause you trouble.
Let's head up, get some rest, and then we've got to fight a boss. Well, we've got to fight a bunch of things, but a boss is at the end of them all, so we're nearly done. It's just coming in morning there. Oh, there you go. I believe for this final quest it just takes place at a fixed time of day.
Where are they coming from? The west? The jewel?
I'll miss you, Fire.
I hope all these Outlanders can fight. We're going to need them.
Oh boy, are you. Getting in a lot of things, really.
Get to cover. Let the soap...
Man, Ella was out all night. Reviewing those defenses.
Roland's apartment.
Here it is.
Feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
No, Alo, we did everything. Let's rest. No way back. Here we go.
How could you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you? How did you, Rost, after you lost your family? Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
There we go. Geez, that's a good, a good way to bring that up.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
Let's go.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
That's not wood smoke.
Then what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
The Deathbringers you spoke of?
To the guns! To the guns! Now!
By the sun, do as she says!
Set loaded! All of you, be ready to fire!
Will the guns hold them back?
We're about to find out.
Oh boy.
Helis!
No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns!
He will cut you down!
Not this time!
I love that she's just like, nah, he's gonna get me this time. I think that's so good.
You have vexed me long enough.
Anyway.
Should have fought me in a sun ring then.
I've got to go this fight. It's on. You're done.
Night comes. The end is in
Let's go. Just quickly, let's deal with you.
Accept it. Accept your weakness.
Okay. This is actually the hard part.
Get them!
Once we've dealt with
Keep him away!
Shadow. Once we've dealt with Helios here.
Only endless night awaits you.
Fireproof. What is he resistant to? I don't remember. He's just not resistant to it. He's just resistant to everything, I guess.
Meridian must run red to be cleansed.
Can't let him in close.
Is he melee damage? Oh, that's the right one. His melee damage is kind of nuts. Is he coming? He's coming. That did nothing.
He's quick.
That did a lot to him. That actually did a lot.
It's giving way!
What are you before the terror of the sun?
The one who will take you down!
No aim. Oh well, doesn't matter, we got him.
I am chosen. This was not meant to be.
Yeah, well.
None of this was meant to be, Helis. You made it happen. Followed your orders, butchered so many, and for what? To die on your knees, used like a pawn by a power you don't even understand?
You pity me?
Turn your face to the sun.
Oh, that's a good line. And she straight up kills him too. Like, Aloy just straight up cold-blooded kills him. Well, not cold-blooded.
Battle is upon us!
You don't see that a lot
Night
in
come.
video games. Will you just die already, please? Like, seriously. You don't see that a lot in games with characters like Aloy. Like, there's always this moralizing about, you know, it's always this moral decision or something like that, but with Aloy, it doesn't matter how you've played her or anything like that. There's no moral question or anything like that. She's just straight up gonna kill him. And now,
Meridian! Hold the line!
Where do you need me?
Take up a cannon! On the platform!
where are they coming from? Oh, over there. And now we get to have some real fun.
Time to go.
It will actually straight up destroy this platform too. The problem is you can't take these things away from the platforms. So...
It's taking a shot at me.
You find out still makes the light work of these ones. That one's done. One done. Well done. There's a couple of small ones there.
Good hit.
Oh, that was. I hate like using my good hits. I didn't see you work that true. Coming from the south, eh? Oh, maybe I need to get over here now.
Here it comes. Better move.
Wow, that was a good shot. These things will actually come up here and piss me off. There we go, that's that.
Gotta get to another platform.
We're fine anyway. Have a little faith in the structural integrity of the power. Oops, that was bad. Bad shot. Gotta sit up. This one's pretty further away.
Don't want to be here when that hits.
Fine anyway. They're all fine. Trying to move. Man, these guys just trivialize these guys. They're so good.
Incoming. Gotta drop it and move.
I said good hits. That's something I love. Oh, hang on. Yeah, all about things. You guys want this. We know more about things. This guy probably. Oh, jeez. You not got it. What else we got?
No sign! A wall in the attack! Lower your arm! But be wary!
Chance to catch a breath. And prepare.
Yep, well that's that part done. Hey, what are you? Medicinal saw brush, yeah, I need that. Go through a bit of medicine in that fight. Not that fight specifically.
Raise arms again! West!
West, that means, oh no. No, it means outside. Let's get up there. Okay, I've got this, okay? Let's take it up right first.
Down you go.
Girl, look out!
Let's say, is everyone close to me? Ah! Okay, copy those hits. This guy, right? That mellow back.
Here it comes. Better move.
the Stormbird. Final good kill one. As you can tell, Stormbirds not pushovers. Oh jeez. Actually going to take damage now. Up until that moment, I've been able to fire my shield. The Stormbird is just going over me. Cannot do anything about it because I don't know where it is now. Can't pick up the gun. It's just getting hit. Can't do anything about it. I'm just constantly getting hit. I cannot pick up my gun. God, let's deal with the Stormbird right now. Oh jeez, seriously? Come on. That was bad. Like, we've seen how devastating this game is. The Stormbird just takes it.
Beware, Nora! Incoming!
And we're level 52. Yeah, that's
Got it.
That's the big one. That's it. That's good. Oh boy. Okay, that was that. Well, that's that fight. Phase 2 of the endgame is almost done.
Incoming!
It's okay, we didn't die. Oh boy. That's a problem.
Aloy! Aloy! Aloy!
Tab?
By all mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they...
No. Wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Tab. I've gotta go.
Time to get to the spire. Also, you lose all your health there. Like, that is just unavoidable damage. And, yeah. As you can imagine, there's no convenient medical points. Also, this place gets messed up. I think honestly, you can just go anywhere you need if you can make it through. Yeah,
Aloy,
things get messed up.
We'll draw them. Now you face their true sun, Shattered Hands.
Yeah, alright. Hey, look, Aloy, she's gonna mess things up.
Fight the spire fast. Meridian will hold, or my marks of honor mean nothing.
You do that with it. You hold Meridian. I have a more important thing to do, and like, that's not even a joke, that's actually the truth. We need to get across here. But boy, have things not gone well there. Oh. Poor Meridian Village. Well. Thankfully for us, there's this whole area here that's full of medicine.
Right. But I tan this leather well. It'll keep.
It's not even leather anyway. So why are you talking about that now? Like, seriously, Aloy, come on. You've got bigger problems. Just trying to grab as much of this medicine as I can. Because we really are going to need it. We really might need it. To be honest though, I remember this final battle actually not being as difficult as that part before. Like, what? Probably, it sort of sits in between fighting Hellas and fighting those guys. Because those guys are easy because you have just the crazy, stupid OP gun. This is pretty much a stand-up fight with a big death bringer. So...
It's begun. Hades is transmitting.
We might be too late. So anyway, these things were just sitting under the ground. Like, literally just below the surface all along. We should probably stop Hades.
If Hades has started the signal, it must have gotten through the defenses. Venora. Aaron's vanguard. I have to get up there.
Yep. But yeah, I actually found the first time I did this fight, I actually didn't find it as difficult as fighting Hellas. And given I had basically no trouble with Hellas tonight, like the first time I did that fight, he took me a couple of goes. But I'm just a lot better at this game now. Oh hey, this bridge that used to be here, it got wrecked. So that's the thing that happened. How did the machines get up this staircase? I mean, that was a freaking death bringer.
Gotta keep going.
That's right.
Keep pushing. Knew this wouldn't be easy.
Yeah, remember when this was a bridge?
There's no holding back.
We got this. We are gonna have this. Whew. Well, this is a problem.
Aloy! It's Aloy! Well, you can see that.
Yeah.
We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
My fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right?
Right.
The metal devil must fall.
I should stock up. Last chance.
Yeah, but there's no medicine here, so it's kind of useless. But there are potions, which is very handy because I'm pretty low on potions. Alright, let's go, let's do it. Final boss time. Here we go. It's legitimately just up this hill a bit. Also, that's a really awkward cutscene to fall into. Yep, there it is. That's Hades.
Arrival of Entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission. To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of Entity has been accounted for.
God's Hades. This is so intense. set it on fire and it'll die. Like, they're really not that difficult to deal with. That's the thing, like, as long as you keep moving and keep setting it on fire. There, it's on fire. I'll just let that do its thing. Just avoid taking damage that way. Armor, take the damage. This will not be difficult. It will take a while, but it will not be difficult. Probably use all of this thing. Just fire action. There you go, one, two.
Can't let Hades slow us down anymore.
Damn. These guns can be blasted. Oh! There's so many things that are right at fire. Let's just deal with this thing. Oh, I really that's not. Oh, please, go away. Right, no, oh, constant health. Constant health. That's what it was. Okay, we need to do something else with that. Start talking to the boss.
We've taken out the corrupted. A goddess's enemies lay low. We're running out of time.
Really not. It's in the phase where it's not so no damage isn't doing much. Okay, meleeing it was a mistake. feels like a completely different fight. Let's do this. Oh no, there it is. Put a hit in the last hitting me. And then that happens and it stops the fire stops. So I wasn't able to sit on fire that time. Hitting me there, right?
We're running out of time.
I think we're fine though. I really don't remember this guy being this much. So now it's starting to like fire damage back up on me. Extra braces it off you, so that's good stuff. Yeah, and then not doing any damage, so we're fire damage anymore, so I guess hitting with something else. Oh, that doesn't have damage. Let's give it a let's try it.
Watch it! They keep coming. Knock them back!
Don't let them overrun us!
Okay. I'm gonna keep trying to hit those tear blasters. Stay still.
Time enough to get the machines back.
Okay, I didn't realize time was getting huge around this fire. And he's getting stick down. So let's go back to some sticking arrows. Let's just hit these things. Okay, that's just gonna happen.
Prioritize entity.
God. Wow. Okay, yeah, okay. We weren't going to make that anyway, but that's really annoying because it means I have to do that whole fight from the beginning again. I wasn't doing enough damage to it, but oh jeez, that was unexpected. I thought I had more health. I just lost all my health all of a sudden. Yeah, all my health just went away in one hit. Okay, I don't know what that. I do have to deal with that corrupt. That's what. That's okay, but then I solved the is the level of damage to this thing. By shooting these guns, but like massive damage. Yeah. 600 damage. I'll take that every time. So we need to get some damage. nice thing about that death though is we actually start back with a half health, so don't lose too much. Hopefully, we really got this. This is the most minor strategy that I should have considered sooner. Normally fire does work well against it, this one's got some mechanics.
Execute.
That metal monstrosity is going for you.
Okay, here it comes.
Yep. Okay, well, that's just gonna pick up, I guess. Oh, I didn't quite get that. That's it.
My way's clear.
It's down!
Okay, Hades.
Time to do what you came for, Aloy.
Time to beat the game.
System threat imminent.
I'm more than a threat.
Oh boy. Here we go. If this were a speed one, that would be where we call time.
Master Override armed. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated. Purging Extinction Protocol.
There it is. We saved the world. The machine's shut down. Of course, they're still going to hang there awkwardly, but you know. We did it. We saved the world. How cool is that? Yeah.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, And that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better.
So hey,
You
remember
have
when I
to
went
use your
looking for
smarts
this?
to count for something. To serve life,
Earlier in the
not
game?
death.
Yeah, this is where it is. And I'm
You often tell
certain
stories
you can
of your
find
mother,
this.
but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable, even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit. Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
Well, maybe I'm wrong and you can't actually find that in game, but I for some reason I'm convinced that that's in game somewhere. But still, either way, what a great ending. I really love that moment. There's a little bit more to go. Actually, wait, no, there isn't. That is actually the ending, yeah. I couldn't remember. But yeah. So yeah, that's Horizon Zero Dawn. From start to finish. Wow, I'm a little surprised actually that I got through it all. And only 29 episodes. Okay, admittedly most of them are like well over an hour in length, but you know, and this one's going to be well over 2 hours. But oh boy, it's such a good game. And yeah, as I said, it got overlooked a little bit when it came out because it happened to launch in the same week as Breath of the Wild and like the entire Nintendo Switch lineup. And that was a bit of a shame because it's an excellent game that deserves all the time and attention it gets. And it was well put together by Guerrilla, who are based in the Netherlands. And I really feel like this must have been a real passion project for them after years of just churning out. And let's be honest, the Killzone games aren't great. Churning those out for years. So it must have been really good to finally get to do something they cared about and really show off what they could do. Particularly with the engine that they made for this game. Of course, there is the running joke that, of course, this game is basically just a tech demo for Hideo Kojima's next game, Death Stranding, which will be using the same engine that this game runs on, which leads me to believe that game is going to be an open world game as well, because why would you choose an engine that's built essentially for open world games? But, you know, I really love the way this ending sequence comes together. It looks great. Going through the cauldron. I don't think it goes like this all through the credits. I think it's only this first part of the credits before we get somewhere, and I think this actually leads up to something as well. But yeah, that final battle isn't like, if this game has a weakness, it's that it doesn't really have boss fights, and the things it has that approximate boss fights just aren't that great. All through the game. I mean, I talked about the one in Frozen Wilds being really bad, and that was particularly egregious, but most of the other ones through the game, it's probably the game's biggest weakness is that those longer machine battles can just get really tedious after a while. And the final boss is no exception. The fight against Healers is really good. Like, it's a really fun fight. I had a lot of fun doing that. But that final fight against the Deathbringer with Hades there is just, yeah, not super good, unfortunately. But yeah. What else? Oh yeah, having Jennifer Hale and Liam O'Brien show up in the Frozen Wilds was interesting. It's weird they weren't in the main game actually, but and I did like that Aratak from Frozen Wilds shows up in the ending of the main game if you've gone through Frozen Wilds. I've never played the game in a way that means that those people we meet in that final quest wouldn't have been met before that moment, so I do wonder if there are differences in the game if you don't go through and do all their quests and stuff, because most of those people are people you meet through side quests, not through the main game. So I do wonder about that a little bit. There is music playing in the background here, but it's very quiet on my end. I'm not sure how it's coming through on the stream, but it is very quiet on my end. A lot of those particle effects are probably getting wrecked by the video compression on stream too. They look great though. I really love this sequence. But yeah, and that's what an excellent game. Aloy is one of the best characters to hit video games in years. She's just such a well-created, well-crafted character, and it's not often I think that the main character in a video game is my favorite character in a video game. Like, often you're playing a character that is a surrogate for you, the player, so the character may not have a lot of personality or something like that. So you're in a situation where the game is using the characters you interact with to tell its story and all that kind of stuff. And so it'll be those characters that stick with you, because your own character, the character you're playing as, is really just a surrogate for you, the player. But Aloy is very much not that. And because of that, Aloy gets to be her own character on top of what you do with her through the game, how you play as her and all that. And I mean, in reality, you don't. Again, this might be one of the game's slight weaknesses, is that there's not a lot of freedom in terms of how you play through the game, in terms of how you shape Aloy's character. You do get those moments where you can have like the intellectual, the passionate, and the strength responses, but they don't have huge effects on the outcome of everything, and there's no sort of, BioWare style morality system or anything like that going through there. So there's not a lot that you're really missing out on there. But the sort of the flip side of that is that even though you don't get to put a lot of your own sort of personality into the character, instead what you get is Aloy as this incredibly well-crafted, well-drawn-out character. She has her own attitudes and opinions, and I really feel like what she does at the end there with Hillis, where she just straight up murders him. And I mean, it can be a little bit difficult to sort of, comprehend sometimes, but in truth, it's totally in character for her to do that. And why wouldn't she? I mean, Hillis is 100% this awful person who essentially tried to bring about the end of the world. I mean, he gets what he deserves, and Aloy delivers what he deserves. She doesn't moralize about it. She certainly doesn't feel bad about it, and I mean, it's pretty clear that this is a world where killing to survive is something that's very normal, even if you do have to kill other people, and Aloy is, well, you go through the game, you shoot a lot of people through the game, not just machines, but there are points where you have to fight, Shadow Carja and stuff like that. So, Aloy is just not afraid to bring about her sense of justice in that way. And I think it's really unique that this video game doesn't even attempt to moralize that moment. It's like, no matter which of those three choices you choose, Aloy will kill that guy. I know, because the last time I did, I chose the heart response. Last time I did it, the passion response. But this time I chose the intellectual response, and again, she just killed him. And I imagine the strength response is even more brutal. And especially she delivers that, face the sun line that, of course, he did to her at the start of the game when he tried to kill her. But yeah, that's a really good moment. And yeah, it's rare to say in a video game, that, oh, my favorite character in a video game is the one I played as, Aloy. But she is by far my favorite character. And that's not to undersell the other characters in the game. Certainly not to undersell, say, Avad, who I think is a really cool character, or Erend, who I wish there was more Erend in the game, actually. and especially Ursa. And it's a real shame that Ursa, who gets built up as this really cool female character, like almost like a rival to Aloy, but then the game just dumps her in a really bad way. It's again probably just another thing the game doesn't quite handle as well as it could have, is the way Ursa's character is dealt with. I really wish there was more of her in the game. I really wish she didn't have to die when she does. And it's a bit of a shame. I mean, it helps the Erend quest line, because, you know, Erend gets his cool character moments and all that kind of stuff, and we get to see him at the end there. And so it's good for him, but it's a shame that she has to die because of that. So yeah, just give me a moment. Just got to answer a text message. In the end, I'm really glad I didn't do the Fireclaw quests, because that would have gone on for a long time. Special Agent Mark Cerny, there. Cosplayers and fan artists. Oh, and that is one thing to mention, actually, the fact that the cosplay, the fact that I was seeing Aloy cosplay before this game came out, I think really shows you just how popular it was and how important it was. And I suppose that the thing I'm sort of talking around here is not just that Aloy's a great character, but she's also obviously a great female character. And in a way that very, very few video games do. And I think that it is worth mentioning the fact that this is very much, I love games that just give you that thank you for playing message at the end. It's a little thing, but it's just nice to see it, you know. It makes you feel like you're part of this experience along with the developers and everything like that. Oh, and obviously we're getting credits for the Frozen Wilds now. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, fair enough. I can fully understand why we'd get those credits. I'll let those go through as well. So while we're here, because I've got more to say. Strangely enough, I don't know why the music's been weirdly silent under this. There is music playing, but obviously I'm talking over it a bit. And it just seems really quiet in my headphones. It could be a factor of maybe the game sound is set to be on surround, but I didn't really notice that playing through, so it's just a bit odd. But oh man. But yeah, Aloy is a strong female character in a really good way, and in a way you don't see very often in video games. Like, the only other one I can think of in recent memory that comes close to Aloy in that regard is probably the Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider reboot games, and I think there's a lot in common with the two of them. That's right, Ashley Birch plays Aloy, yeah. And Crispin Freeman is Helen. Lance Reddick is the guy that plays, Silence. At first I thought it was Keith Owen, I think it is, but yeah, no, obviously not. Any other names I recognise here? Not a huge number. We should see Jennifer Hale and Liam O'Brien show up surely at some point. Or were they in that first list? I didn't see them. I wasn't looking that much. I think this is actually the full voice cast for the game too, so... Because it listed Rost and a few others. Ola Pontes, yeah. So, it had a pretty good voice cast, actually. And yeah, Aloy is very well voiced. Everyone in this game is very well voiced. Actually, I think it's some of the best voice acting in any video game I've ever played, to be honest. Like, aside from the visuals, and there's that moment at the end there where you get, and it just shows the confidence that Guerrilla had in both their visual design, their graphics engine, their character design, their art, and the technology they had to pull it off, that they were absolutely willing to go in on Aloy's face. There's a particular moment right at the end there where they just go in for a close-up on her face, and it's like, yeah, you know, we can do this because this is how good our face looks. This is how good Aloy looks. You know, have a look at this good face. And they do it a few other times. There's a couple of really big close-ups on face. I think Ross gets one early in the game, and you know, it's just like, yeah, no, this is good. This is what you want in your game. So it's like, yeah, Aloy is a well-drawn, well-made character. Avad is really good. I really like him as a character. I think Erend was a really good character who just needed a bit more time in the game. I think Rost was really good. Tirza, I really like her as a character. And in a way, it's a bit of a shame that she doesn't get more time either. Like, it would have been nice to see her there at the end or something like that. I did like some of the characters. I really do like some of the characters in Frozen Wilds as well. Like Aratak and what was the name? Orsia? Was that the name? Aurea, there it is right there. Yeah, I really did like her. And I like the character of Cyan, actually, now I think about it. That was a really cool character as well. Yeah, Copperlight, Jennifer Hale. There I was right. And yeah, Umnak, Liam O'Brien. There we go. I can recognise voices when I want to. You know it. So, yeah, no, the Frozen Wilds, yeah, there's a lot of good storytelling, and I really like the concept of it, but I just think that there were certain parts of it that just didn't hold up to the main game, that could have been done a little bit better, I think. The final boss fight particularly. Oh, well, actually Birch was some of the motion capture for Aloy. I wonder if that's just for facial expressions or if she did do some of the acting as well. And yeah, Luisa Guerrero, who plays the child version of Aloy as well. But yeah, it's the motion capture in this game is just phenomenally good. Like, Aloy's animations for everything are just excellent. And incidentally, this game doesn't have like an animation lock either, like say a Dark Souls style animation. And it's one thing when you're playing this game is just how responsive it is as a controller. Aloy moves beautifully all through the game, and you can do stuff like cancel out of rolls, cancel into rolls. She's got all those really subtle animations that she does as she's moving. The climbing animations are really good. Like, I really like what is it? I really like the effect in the Frozen Wild when you're walking through the snow and she actually stumbles, and it's really interesting because what they've done there is that she'll not stumble, but like as she sinks into the snow, she has to take like stronger steps and stuff. It doesn't actually affect her movement speed, but the animation changes contextually based on the fact she's doing it. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think the soundtrack it exists, I suppose. Like, the music, there's nothing musically, I think, in this game that really stood out to me. In terms of the actual, like, sound design, it's fantastic. The machines, the noise the machines make is really good. The bows, all that stuff, everything sounds great. And the sound design's excellent. But in terms of the music, I don't really think it's super memorable. Like, there's no big ending theme song that we get or anything like that, which is, you know, it's not a shame. It's just, it's not a shame. It's just the way this game is. So yeah, it's oh boy, we're at the tail end of this stream now for sure. It's been going for, I think we're going to be pushing 3 hours by the end of this stream. Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted to finish the game tonight. I've finished the game tonight, and oh boy, I think I might have to sleep in tomorrow. But yeah, speaking of streams, I'll be back tomorrow with Final Fantasy 15. We'll be picking up where we left off from the other week when I started out, although I have considered maybe taking a week off doing Let's Plays and just playing random stuff this week. Now that I've knocked this over, I might just spend some time on Monster Hunter and kick back into Final Fantasy 15 next week. I'll see how I go. If I'm playing Final Fantasy 15 tomorrow night, you'll know that I've decided to do that. If not, then you'll know that I've decided to do the other thing. Oh boy, there's a lot of QA people. QA is an important job. Don't knock the QA guys. They have to sit there and play this game so much. I mean, I couldn't do that job. I would actually die. Like, it sounds like a cool job. You're like, oh yeah, I play video games for a living. Yes, but what you're actually doing is playing the same section of that video game day in and day out to find every possible bug and mistake and everything you can to make that game work. And it's just going to kill you. It's the problem. But people do it, and they get paid for it, so, you know, I don't begrudge them that work, but it's not as glamorous as it sounds, for sure. I mean, when you get to work on a game like this, I'm sure it's actually quite enjoyable, but you're not always working on games like this when you're doing QA. You have to work on every game. And not every game is a Horizon Zero Dawn, unfortunately. It's, yeah. I kind of want to skip. I don't want to skip. I don't like skipping credits. I'll let it play out. But I might just stand up for a moment. So I'm just gonna let this run, and I'm gonna go to Lou and come back. But I'm gonna let these credits run. So I'll be back shortly. Whew. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if there was a beeping you guys could hear through the microphone, but the computer behind me has decided to beep loudly, and I don't know why yet. So, oh man, this is going on a while. I said before I don't like skipping credits, but the music stopped too. It's been dead silent, hasn't it? Oh, well, that's happened. I'm just gonna play with my laptop for a little bit. Oh no, there is music. I can hear it. Yeah, that's good. That's all good. It's everything we wanted. PDSG, what was that? I missed that one. Jesus, a lot of people get credited in video games. I do wonder how much of this needs to happen here, like, I suppose it's a fair bit, but oh boy. Video game credits just go on and on, like, some of them do anyway. Well, you know, it's fine. It's your reward for playing through the game, I guess, just to go through all this. It's, but yeah, anyway, I'm not going to skip it. I promised I wouldn't skip it, but I don't really have much more to say, so I'm just going to let it run and sit here at my computer and do some stuff while it's happening. I can't remember if there's anything at the end of the credits. I don't think there is, but as I said, I really just don't like skipping over the credits when they happen. You're obviously welcome to go, hey, I don't really want to do it. Whoa, okay, that's neat. Didn't know that was a thing. Just something on my end. It's, yeah, like, do you really need the PlayStation.com stuff credited in your video game? Like, that's pushing it, surely. Well, we're down to the special thanks, so, shouldn't be too... oh boy. Nope. All the translation people need to be credited. But you know, I mean, yeah, they do good work. Okay, they deserve their name in the credits. They do good work. They get this game localized. It's, actually, yeah, that was there a Japanese voice cast for this? I feel like there probably, I don't know. I feel like there probably was, but yeah. Games usually do get dubbed into Japanese. It'd be pretty unusual for a game like this not to get dubbed into Japanese, actually. But, yeah, voiceover, Japanese voice cast. Ayahi Takagaki is the voice of Aloy. Okay, just seeing if there's any names there I recognise. Not a huge... yeah, I don't recognise a lot of these names, actually. Yeah. Not a name cast I really recognise that much, but I haven't kept up a lot with a lot of newer Japanese voice actors, like from the past 10 years or so. There's probably some older ones there that I just don't recognise either, but yeah, yeah, I did get a Japanese job. But yeah, most of these names are names I just don't recognise at all. I was sort of hoping like there'd be like an Atsuko Tanaka or something like that. Norio Wakamoto is the voice of Helios or something like that, but yeah. But yeah, did get a full Japanese dub, obviously, so that's neat. Not a game I'd ever want to play in Japanese, because it's very clearly created with the English language in mind, so yeah. Final Fantasy 15, on the other hand, I will be playing that in full Japanese, I think, so... Because, boy, I cannot stand the English dub in that game. This, on the other hand, is an example of a really good English language voice performance. Oh boy, contractors and external companies, we're really going for it here. How many of these are there? Looks like there might be a couple. We can't be too far from the end of these credits now, though. Yeah, so a lot of these companies, what they do is they do the 3D modeling work. There's, yeah, Axis Animation obviously will be the company you farm your animation up. I forget the name of it. There's a company in China. It was probably actually the company listed up the top there actually in this game, and they basically outsource everything. They like outsource, or everyone outsourced them, and I know this game was outsourced to them. They actually did a lot of the modeling, like Aloy's models and all that kind of stuff were done at that particular company, and I think most of the character models were actually done there, and a lot of the sort of the grunt work for the world design and all that stuff was all done at this Chinese place that's basically like a big sort of farm for building 3D worlds for games like this. They do work on like the Call of Duty games, they do work on I think they do work on like Battlefields, they do work on like everything. They do a lot of stuff for Ubisoft. They did like the Assassin's Creed games, they did Assassin's Creed Origins, and a bunch of other stuff, like a lot of games you would have played or heard of. For a lot of different publishers just get outsourced to this particular company in China, and they have like hundreds of workers across this big building, and they just basically make all of the video games. Like they generally don't do a lot of the coding side of things, so like they don't do the engine or anything like that, but what they do is they put together a lot of the graphics. They do the modeling, because modeling can take forever in a game like this. Like Aloy's model, I think, actually took a group of like 50 people about 3 months to make Aloy's model, just to give you an idea of how detailed that is. So yeah, it can be really intense to put these things together, and this company just outsources the crap out of it, or this company takes a lot of these outsourcing contracts pardon me, from various other companies. It's not this company, I know that. I think it was the first company in the list here that we saw before, but there's a few of these companies that do this stuff as well. This might be another company that's helped out on the game for that exact reason. and stuff like that, and they're all based, or the majority of them, my understanding is they're based in Shanghai when they do that. So, because apparently Shanghai is like the big area in China for that kind of development stuff. Wonderlin, that's a great name. But that'll be why you're seeing a lot of these Chinese names in these credits, because these are people who work at these companies that studios like Guerrilla or DICE or Ubisoft Studios are outsourced to, and almost all of them are based in China. Like I said, mostly in Shanghai. I think there's probably some in maybe not Shenzhen, but maybe like Hong Kong as well. Areas like that, but yeah, they're all sort of based in China, and yeah, they just you want a video game, you want some 3D models for your video game, you want some really good quality ones, you pay these companies a bunch of cash, you give them half a year, they'll come back to you with your 3D models. That's what they do. And I mean, like I said, they don't just do 3D models, they can do they can build your world and all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of the modeling for the actual world map in Horizon was done at the same company as well. So it's good old Speed Tree. Speed Tree, incidentally, are actually an interesting company as well, because they literally all they do trees. That's like their thing. 6 more vodka. Now that's a name for a company. Good old Havoc. Oodle. What the hell is Oodle? Never heard of that one. I know what most of those are. Decimate, that's the name of the engine. Oh. Oh, I didn't do that. Cool, we're getting a post-credit scene.
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
Oh boy, that sequel hook. Oh boy, that's a sequel hook right there. Yeah. I really hope this game gets a sequel, because I want to know. I kind of wish it's not going to build on that, but at the same time, I want to know. I want to know what happens next. It'd be really cool if the sequel did start immediately after the end of that. That would be really neat. But boy, that's Horizon Zero Dawn. That was quite a long stream. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here. I need to go to bed. I really need to go to bed. So I'm going to put everything away. Hang on, where's my mouse and keyboard gone? There they are. But yeah, that was Horizon. I'll be back tomorrow night with Final Fantasy 15. And if you're watching this on the VOD, that is going to be the next playthrough after this. So look forward to that. Otherwise, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.